Funny enough, most of us stay in the church and think that we can actually do good. And that is exactly what they do. We have welfare program. Every single program we want to do is domiciled within the church. But then in Acts chapter 10, we're told that Jesus went about doing good. So, which means we're to go into society and go about doing good. If we want to be the force for good, then we should not use good as a means to draw people to the church. You get me? Okay, we'll say, we're going to give bags of rice within the church in this particular location. Why don't you come over? We want to have healing programs within the church. Why don't you come over? You see, that is why people ask, with all the healing that happens in the church, why is it that pastors don't just go to the hospital? You get me? Heal everybody in the hospital and let everybody go home. Or go to the leprosarium, heal everyone of leprosy. Go to the psychiatry ward, heal every single person. We need to go about, not stay in one place. Jesus went about doing good, healing all that are oppressed of the devil. So our good should not be in the church. Our good should be everywhere we go. And it is important that we begin to see it this way because at the end of the day, it will actually help us a great deal. It will help a great deal. And this is the thing that most people don't really get to understand that the good you do in the church, yes, it's good, but you need to go about doing good. Go about not the people you know. Yeah, you get me? Not the people you know. And that reminds me of the story of the Good Samaritan. You see, the Good Samaritan was there. The priest passed him. Why did the priest pass him? Because the priest said, I only do good in the church. You see, that is where he does good. Any other place outside, he doesn't care. And today you have men of God. The only people they do good to is their members. If you are not my member, even part of their members, if you are not part of house fellowship, you are not involved in some things in the church, you are not helped. Good is not done to you. Now, then you ask, where is our divinity? We were yet sinners when Christ died for us. He went about doing good, healing all that were oppressed of the devil. We need to start going around doing good because you never know who you're going to be a blessing to. You don't have to constrain yourself and say, this is the people I need to help. And we'll pack bags of rice so that every other person will see that we're actually doing good. No, go about doing good. Not stay in one place telling people to come and you're going to do them good. You see, if we begin to go about doing good, most of the welfare program within the church will not really be there. The welfare program is more socialistic program. And when you go at the root, the reason why there are welfare programs is simply because there's a failure in preaching the gospel. Because the needy, the poor, should not be in the church. The poor that will be among us should be people outside. Jesus never told his disciples that you are poor. Yeah, you get me. But he told them that the poor you have among you. So, which means there is going to be poor people in the society. But the key thing is this you need to go around doing good. So it is not the responsibility of the church to be holding welfare programs. It is for the church to release its people to go about doing good. And I find out that when you go about doing good to others, you end up experiencing good for yourself. But if you sit back and you don't want to do good to others, no good will come to you because the measure to which we give out determines the measure to which we receive. If we don't do things for others, there's no how that will have others do it to us. Now, going back to the story of the Good Samaritan, you said the Samaritan was even nobody. You get me? When you look at he was a nobody. He was not counted as somebody that religious. He wasn't. But you see, he went about doing good. What is Jesus telling us? That most times, if you're religious, you'll never do your good and help people. You always want to do something that people will think and praise you. That is a religious person. That's why we do it in the church, so that everybody will say, yes, my church is helping me. But let the church begin to go about doing good in the society. Let's move out of that building that we celebrate. Let's get out of that particular building and let's begin to touch the lives of people. There are many people out there that really need the goodness of God. And we are the extension of God's goodness. So we need to carry that goodness to them so that they can experience God through us. If they are not experiencing God through us, then what are we doing? I mean, what are we professing? What are we bringing to the world? We need to bring to the world the things that makes the world a better place. And when we begin to go about doing good, then we become a force for good on earth. And of course, when we become a force for good, imagine churches everywhere sending out their people doing good, doing good. What will happen? Everybody will experience God. Then Jesus will see the devil fall like lightning because he sent out his disciples to do good. That's what he sent them out to do. Luke chapter 9, Luke chapter 10. He sent them out to do good. And they went about doing good. When they returned back to him, he told them that I saw the devil fall like lightning. So when we do good, that is exactly what happens. When society is getting bad as it's getting, let the church begin to do good.